What's going on, my friends? And welcome back to You Are Fucking Going For It! Let's speed up. How the hell is it? Oh, fuck. I fucking killed him. I killed him.
So, what brings you here, my boy?
I was racing at me.
You are both stupid.
Yeah, last time, we nearly died. It was great. Yeah, we tried to race Emmy on the track. We nearly died. I loved it. Then she dragged us to the nurse. The nurse butt raped me, and we are healed now. Let's get back into this. Wow! I fell asleep. For how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded, and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I scrape my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the window the day before. Nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before.
How are you feeling, dear boy? Do you feel any, tightness anywhere?
I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. Feeling kinda groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. What time is it? Me croaking the question to gain some orientation. The nurse, looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in slow motion.
10:15, dear boy. Don't worry. You haven't missed fun time yet. Fun time starts at 11, so if you just want to sit here for a half hour, I'll get things ready.
I try to think for a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure.
What is fun time? You didn't answer my question, so...
Oh, I fine.
Climb down from the bed then, and let's see how you're doing. Don't.
Rawr! I try to do exactly that. Only my sway dizzly when I move too fast. The nurse moves me to support my arms and size.
Stand up too quickly is what I was going to say, you dumbass. Just sit there, I'll check your pressure to make sure.
My good intentions just lasted for a long time. I shut up and braced with myself while the nurse gets busy with old-fashioned consumption on my arm. After a couple of minutes, he puts away, neither pleased nor unhappy.
You're alright. Head stopped spinning, but dear boy.
Yeah.
Good, and how's your contents doing? You didn't show very good judgment there, so...
I saw the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. Because I'm a fucking dumbass!
You failed!
What he's saying is not pleasant here. Doesn't make him any less right. Oh, sir. Text would be great right about now. Yeah, there it is. He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. It would be easy to be angry at him if he said, "Told you so," or something, but he doesn't.
I can try to help you keep your health, but ultimately the less crawl lies on with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that'll remind you of that, dumbass. Now don't be a dumbass anymore, you dumbass. Here, a note for your teacher to avoid an interrogation.
I take the slip of paper he's offering and then make my leave, as I can't think of anything else to say, nor even actually want to.
Stay out of trouble, you hear me, door boy? I don't think it was anything but a scare, but next time could be different. You could wind up dead. In my basement.
I hear ya. There is some way to get out of the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out how I'd possibly get out. So I go out from the exit. No works. Okay, whatever. We need to know that shit. Okay. I stop at the stairs, deliberating for a moment between going to the dorms to get my books and stuff, or then go straight away to class. Sun stings my eyes, so I head towards the dorms. Okay. The halls are quiet as the courtyard was. Naturally so, since everyone is in class, I knock lightly at the door of 3-3 and push open the door when Mattel calls from the other side. Great! Fucking empty! I love that right there. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me.
Good morning, Kai. Mattel seems to be somewhat confounded by me coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from his rambling lectures, his classes tend to be, that might be the case. That's from the note the nurse gave me. Mattel takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows and gives me a kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything. Just nods only again. I shrug and he gestures at me in a wrong line, as I naturally do. Okay. Teacher's pissed. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into a rhythm of the school. I have even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days, I was pretty high-strung in class. Mattel finishes lecture about electricity early, but continues with the pause about the festival. So, as you know, the festival is on the way to the day after tomorrow. But everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also, come Sunday, please keep the meaning of the festival in your minds. Games and fried food! Everyone bursts in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant... Okay. The remainder of the sentence are buried beneath the ring bunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Matao deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's like, fuck you guys. Okay. What the fuck is this? Demon painting! Demon painting, are you in there, my friend?
Oh, I am. I'm somewhere in between these cardboard cutouts.
Demon painting, don't worry. I'll swim through and get to you, my friend.
Go on without me, Sal. I'm gonna drown.
Demon painting, no! I have no idea what the fuck just happened. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in this school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Normally, I'd join the flow and grab a lunch myself, but today is different. Oh, gee, I got a date. Today, I've been invited to lunch on the roof! The odd location, but that's where I was told to go. Fortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of classroom door. Eventually, the torrent subsides and I step tentatively out of the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. Hey Sal, great timing! I have super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated. I'm good with words, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is the door, complete with a missing padlock. I wonder who the interpreted individual was that removed the lock. Ah, it's taken. Hey! I like the roof. You know, I've seen a lot of schools. I was homeschooled, but I've seen to a lot of schools, and I've never once seen one where you could actually eat on the fucking roof. I want a school where I can actually eat on the roof. That would be amazing. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight.
Surprise, motherfucker.
No. 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 Ah! Suddenly a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Hey! Hello. Yips, you scared me, Ren. Wait, isn't she... God fucking... Hello. Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? I look confusedly at Emmy. She's, that friend of yours. Rin has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. 10 points for Gryffindor. Fucking dots. That quick silence lasts only a few seconds until Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited this out for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does that mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? 3.
Nice thinking.
They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as the others goes. A few run-down benches and a table are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I pick through a chain-link fence and look at the school grounds and beyond. Dude, oh man, I'm fucking loving the atmosphere. Just imagining this stuff and being there. Ah, so peaceful. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrille of the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience stores nearby. Somewhere, a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. The hectic lifestyle of a big man seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch the bus like their life depended on it, or get their senses overloaded by neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic, which I never ever do, about this new life of mine. Like the new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. Finding out about my ills and having to move away from my home all came so suddenly. I haven't had time to think about it, how I feel about it. You've had plenty of fucking time. You've been talking about how much time you've had on your hands since you've been here. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel the warmth touching my back. Sun shines with a perfectly clear concrete sky. A cold breeze sweeping over over the rooftop makes me shiver about only briefly. Dude, so much fucking detail. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just like a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on the bench with Rin in tow and produces one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag. Come on, Estelle, what are you waiting for? She's beckoning me to join them, making room as a small bench. How you doing? They're in my face. They're in my fucking face. I sit myself in the corner of the bench and take a little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. An impressive view. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places the lunchbox in front of Rin and hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch as promised. Handmade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, it looks damn good. Thanks, I like them myself when I can. Oh, bleh. I make them myself when I can. Conversation dies off and I sit about the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin definitely opening lunchbox and popping a forkful of food using her feet again. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of some sort of place I am right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? I probably never would. I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? God fucking damn it, stop thinking like this! Or does it mean that I'm just becoming more understanding about those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts of the sight Emmy tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors.
I'm gonna fucking eat you, motherfucker!
You seem pretty hungry. Emmy looks up with a mouth half full and swallows before nodding. My morning run always works me up an appetite. Which is great because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure.
What would happen if you'd lose it? Would you become a man?
I nearly choke at lunch trying not to laugh. It's a figure of speech.
Does your figure have to run in the mornings too?
Do you always talk like this? And I killed her. Talk like what? Like what? I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, hey! I struggle to think of small talk and settle on an obvious question. How'd you two meet? Rin seems content to let Emmy answer this one. Someone in housing department thought it would be a compliment. We would compliment each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. Compliment each other. Like shoes on a suit. What the fuck? Emmy giggles at my confusion. Put it together and we got all our limbs. Get it? Oh my. That is so fucking stark and just, that is so evil. Okay. So I started helping Rin get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. I see. Ren chooses this moment to interject. Great interject. Okay. I have trouble with shirts. Right. That seems fairly obvious. Really? Kind of. This isn't helping, but at least Emmy seems to find the whole thing funny. That, combined with the fact that Ren is generally curious, makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms, so putting a shirt seems to be like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now. I'll save a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods, and I expect it meant in a sage manner. I see. 20 points from Gryffindor. This conversation dies, and I turn the attention to back to lunch. Pretty good. Emmy finishes her lunch first and makes a constant noise. Ah, that was good. As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Rin speaks up. I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry. With a flourish, she rushes to her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. She tosses one me appears to be cranberry juice and one Rin that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with a pink color scheme, and keeps a pink box with a fruit punch items for herself. Rin's dexterity stabs a straw through the top of her box and drinks. Once again, impressed how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comments to myself. Somehow, I don't think either Emmy or Rin are the source of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin, especially so. I think she gives it a huh? So, how do you like it up here? It's quite nice, actually. I like high places for a view. Thanks for inviting me up here, girls. And for lunch, too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended. Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve! As she giggles. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Rin and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. It's only assaulted by the most heart-rendering puppy dog eyes I've ever seen Emmy pouts. Kidding! I was kidding! I'd love to lunch up here again. Good location and the company's okay too. Emmy frowns a bit at the declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I think that makes us friends now. Or at least acquaintances. I have fucking friends! Lunch, Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again.
I wasn't that hungry.
If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away.
Rin shrugs at this with acceptable risk.
Come on, we better get going. Okay! I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Talk to you again next time.